Hi, welcome back to Hashtag Awani. Today, 17 March 2019, I'm Nur Safira binti Zamzam.
And I'm Nur Izwani binti Malik. Malaysia produces an average of 30,000 tons of waste every day. Only 5% of it is recycled. These two statistics were recently revealed by the National Ministry of Urban Wellbeing, Housing and Local Government, and they are causing enormous problem for Malaysia. The country build-up of solid waste is resulting in tremendous land and air pollution for the environment, health problem and community, and bottleneck to economic growth.
Taken together, the problem of poor waste management in Malaysia is one of the nation's biggest issues today. For years, local and national government has been trying to curb the flow of garbage onto sidewalk, into landfill, over hillside and to river. But Malaysia's turbulent pace of change has made the process extremely difficult.
Thanks to population increase, consumption and disposal rate are escalating faster than Malaysia utilities can handle. Over the 16 years from 2003 to 2018, the generation of municipal solid waste (MSW) in Malaysia increased more than 91%. Urban development is largely responsible. The country city developed at 65% of the total population, being the biggest contributors to waste.
Combine this with a metropolitan culture they love to buy and toast, and infamously poor public understanding of resource conservation and recycling, and Malaysia has quite a bit of garbage to deal with.
So, let's view an interview session with Ms. Hidayah in Studio 2.
Thank you to Wani and Safira in Studio 1. Welcome to Studio 2. We want to discuss about waste disposal in Malaysia and Japan. I'm Nur Hidayah, your interviewer for today. Today we want to discuss about waste disposal in Malaysia and Japan. Waste disposal is the collection, processing and recycling or deposition of the waste material of human society. As you all know, waste disposal is not a new subject in Malaysia. This is because the growing population, the rapid urbanization and industrialization caused the waste disposal in Malaysia be at a critical stage. So, in studio, we have two panel, that is Professor Akmal. Hi Professor, how are you?
I'm fine.
Professor Akmal is professor from University of Malaya, and we also have Ahmad Farhan here. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Ahmad Farhan is a student from Tokyo University. Today, we invited them to discuss and give their opinion about the topic today in more detail. So, Professor Akmal, I would like to ask you something. You, as a professor in Malaysia, what do you think and your opinion about the waste disposal problem in Malaysia?
Wow, thank you for your question. In my opinion, waste management is a crucial area related to the economic status of a country and the lifestyle in a population. Solid waste management can be defined as a discipline associated with the control of generation, storage, collection, transfer and transport, processing and disposal solid waste and inspire aggressive economic development in Malaysia. The main objective is to improve waste minimization strategy and control. So, why people in Malaysia cannot control waste pollution? It's because majority community didn't know how to separate the waste food, and some of them do not want to know how the method is to separate the waste food. They just take the easy way by throwing it all in the garbage especially in the urban area, while in a rural area, especially in a village, they just take an easy way by burning all kind of the waste. This will be lead to air pollution. So it will give effect, especially when the population will rise every year in the future.
Thank you to Prof. Akmal with a good opinion. So let's continue with our student who is studying in Japan. Arigatou gozaimasu. So, Ahmad Farhan, how does the process of waste disposal in Japan? Can you share with us?
Sure. First, thank you for inviting me. I want to emphasize waste management system in Japan. In Japan is very different compared to Malaysia. The system was complete and organized. Although the rules are different, it's not difficult to them follow the rule because of their high discipline and management. Among the system implemented, the waste classified in 4 types. One is a combustible material, which we collected twice a week. The second is non-flammable material, which is once a month we collected. Then one is the big size of the waste material, which also they will sew back or recycle. And the last one is bottle and can, which this waste should be placed separate plastic.
And one more question for you, Ahmad Farhan. I'm sure that everyone really wants to know, how does the Japanese community maintain their cleanliness until nowadays?
As we know, Japan people are people with a pure value and awareness and high awareness environmental hygiene. Therefore, they are able to keep their country clean among their street, home and workplace. They will implement hygiene from inside and around their house. After that, they will work together to clean up their neighborhood. They also educate their children to bring at least one rubbish out of school to teach them on good behavior. Last but not least, the one who take care of their environment, including themselves, they deserve to be called a hero. Are you agree with me, Prof?
Yes, sure, I agree with your opinion.
That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you to Ahmad Farhan. Last question to Prof. Akmal. Prof, what is the solution that people really need to take to solve this problem in Malaysia?
Wow, Ahmad Farhan. I also like the attitude people in the country Japan. It's because if we compare in the Malaysia people and the Japan people, in the Japanese people, they very committed about the care of the environment and nature in the country themselves. For example, each rubbish they found in the roadside or anywhere, they will collect and throw back in dustbin. In each house, they also have a variety of the box to separate categories of the waste. It's because Japan thought where landfill space is at a premium considerable through goes into how to categorize and discard the various type of the waste produced in a home and the business. For example, burnable refuse and non-burnable refuse. Non-burnable refuse such as metal broken glass, cup and other than that. So, in my conclusion, people in Malaysia must be practice and do it, especially in 3 type: reuse, recycle, reduce. It's because this step can avoid purchasing items that are overpacked. Second, reduce the amount of the waste carried by the household by stepping smartly. Third, reuse items around your home. Recycle all paper, cardboard, rigid plastic, aluminium, stickers and glass bottle. And lastly, compost the household green and organic waste. That's all for me.
Thank you to Prof. Akmal and Ahmad Farhan here for your opinion. I really appreciate it. That's all for today. So we're back to Studio 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hidayah from Studio 2. We discussed the difference between the way management of solid waste in Malaysia and Japan.
Malaysia is experiencing a very critical solid waste disposal problem. The national average at 0.5 until 0.8 kg per person per day, but in the city, the figure has escalated to 1.7 kg per person per day.
Currently, the waste management approach being Malaysian states are switching to development and lack of space for new landfills. Malaysian states are switching to incineration.
Solid waste management in Malaysia is not clearly documented, and this conclusion can be confirmed by the word of Malaysia Prime Minister. One, he said that the Ministry of Housing and Local Government must study any policy or legislation which could help change the practice.
Due to economic development, industrialization and increasing population, problems related to the expanded consumption and depletion of resources and the increased output of wide-ranging type of waste are becoming more serious than ever.
There is a word in Japan, mottainai. It encompasses the practice of treasuring and using all things as long as possible. While economics continues to grow, the spirit of mottainai restrained the generation of waste and motivate the development of technology for reuse, recycling and effective use through heat recovery.
I hope Malaysia can follow a technique and measure and adopted by the Japanese state Malaysia. Can we be a clean and disciplined country such as Japan?
That's all from us. Thank you for watching #Awani.